Listen, people, we're here to talk to you about one thing.
Give us your money.
And one thing only. It is true. The rumors are true. We are a Cantina podcast. And with that Cantina podcast, listen, as much as I would like to think that my charisma has had an effect on the bartender and I get my drinks for free, I don't.
No, she just wants her tips.
Just wants the tips. And you know what? I don't know if you heard, but the Empire's out of business. And my Imperial credits are not worth what they were anymore. And my calamari flan is running low. So the reason why we come before you today is to talk about our Patreon. We are a Cantina podcast. Friends, drinks, pop culture, and of course,
Star Wars.
The reason why you're here. So me and Justin, we're going to talk to you about our podcast and about our Patreon and what it is you are getting for the Patreon. Now, first and foremost, we will tell you that the way that we are supported mostly for this podcast, and the most important way you can support us, is word of mouth, sharing with a friend, people who like pop culture. Exactly. Throw a review, all that stuff. But we are going to get into what it is that you are getting with our Patreon, and we are going to describe our podcast. So we're going to get into that right now. Go ahead, Justin.
I mean, so the first thing with a Patreon, if you want to be a patron, it is the easiest way to support a content creator financially. I mean, we're not trying to become I guess we wouldn't mind it if we had like 1 million subs.
Listen,
on YouTube.
It would be amazing. But
that's not exactly where we're focused on going.
This is a love of labor.
Yeah, it's a labor of love. This is a hobby that we're
love of labor.
chunking. This is something that we like doing, but it also can become costly, and there's a lot of expenses associated with hosting fees, technology, getting the quality to the point that we're satisfied with it, that we would want to consume it.
Yep.
Because there's nothing more annoying than listening to a show that might have a great topic, but sounds like they're sitting in a kitchen table with a iPhone voice memo recording, our first episode.
And there's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the point that we're trying to make is we are trying to bring a level of content to the table,
professionalism
that we hope that you enjoy and that you come to every week, and that you feel the need to support, and that you understand that it's not a necessity, but it would be nice. And we'll go into the tiers now. So the $3 tier, that's the truest form of support. I mean, the most transparent we can be is it's even recommended by Patreon to start no lower than $3.
Yeah.
And we have the funny thing of, 10 cents a day will buy poor Justin here a beer.
Play the Sarah McLachlan.
I will remember.
But that's $3.
$3.
In that $3, we're also going to include a slap sticker for you.
Yes.
Sent to you.
Sent.
Or if you live close enough, I will drive it over to your house. We're going to give you exclusive access to our Discord.
Yes.
An exclusive channel for only patrons.
Yes.
That they're going to have access to give more input into the show.
Yes.
They're going to get some voting rights. We're going to bounce stuff off of them.
Building a community is the most important thing besides financial gain, whatever the case may be.
Speak for yourself.
Having people that we do this for, right? Like, if nobody was listening, we probably still would make a podcast, but having people that listen and
through COVID, basically.
people that want to contribute, and that's what we're looking for the most, right? So we'll move on to our next tier, which is going to be our $8 tier. The $8 tier, there is going to be some more stuff that is involved with it.
This
Obviously,
is called, hold on, we have to give the official names of our tiers.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
We're already blowing it.
Yeah.
$3 tier, you are a Cantina patron. That's $3 a month. Cantina patron, exclusive access, slap sticker, voting rights.
Yes.
Probably a little more trinkets we'll sprinkle in there. Moving on to the $8 tier.
And the general support. That is the most important part. The general support is the $3 tier.
Yes.
Yeah.
The $8 tier is you become a Cantina insider.
Yes.
You get to access that back room of the Cantina that you see all those...
It's the speakeasy of the Cantina.
The shady characters, the smugglers, the solos, if you will, kind of just walking into that back room that you always wonder what's going on.
You're going to get pictures of DL44s. I mean, there's going to be some stuff in there.
So you'll get everything from the first tier.
Yep.
You get your sticker, you'll get the voting rights, but we're also going to do exclusive content for this tier specifically.
Yeah.
Which we have a ton of ideas of what specifically. I said specifically.
Yeah,
a few times.
some specific ideas that we have.
Specifically, what are the
specifically some of the ideas is a lot of things. You know, when we started doing this podcast, we were really gung ho, right? Like we enjoyed making the content, but at the end of the day, me and Justin are both family men. We both have secular jobs. We both have life goals, spiritual goals. Like we have all these other things that take our time, and the podcast is one thing that we definitely take time out of things that, in retrospect, could be more important.
Mm-hmm. And
the thing with the $8 tier is there are things that we want to do that we can't release publicly.
Yes.
Like videos that have Star Wars material in it due to copyright reasons, doing full-blown
songs that could be in the background.
Full-blown commentary. Like, that's one thing that we want to bring to the table is full-blown commentary where it's almost like a watch party, where if you enjoy what me and Justin are bringing to the table as far as our hot takes on Star Wars, we'll be giving you full hot takes on whether it be full episodes of Rebels, Attack of the Clones, Phantom Menace, whatever the case may be.
Even non-Star Wars specific content.
Yeah.
As we move forward, I mean, there's only so many movies and TV shows. We're gonna branch away from only Star Wars content.
Yeah, it's pop culture. And the nice thing too with the $8 tier is we do kind of understand the position that we're in and where we're at. So I think that we are in the area of giving a lot more to the $8 tier area than our next tier, which is going to be $100, but we'll get into that.
That's entirely different.
It's entirely different. But even from an $8 standpoint, if we had a patron that was like, hey, I want you guys to talk about trimmers. I want you guys to talk about... We're going to do it.
And we're going to always include our Facebook group, but these patron members and the levels that they are, when they say they want to hear something,
it's going to be a step above and a priority.
Yeah, it's going to have a different level that it registers on. If we have people saying they want to hear or do not want to hear any more of a specific content, the patrons are the ones that they're going to hold that power. So we're going to be gearing the show towards those supporters that are listening.
Yeah. And our next tier,
yes,
the $100 tier.
This tier
listen,
could go so poorly for us.
We have to make tiers, okay? And we understand we once again we wanted to make a general support tier, and that really is the most important. And once again, if you cannot donate, absolutely perfectly fine. Sharing the podcast, rating the podcast, sending the podcast to people, reposting our stories, reposting our pictures, that is the most important thing you can do. But if you're feeling extra, the $100 tier.
If you're bougie.
If you're the bougiest of bouge, you can donate.
Well, not the bougie. That's the next tier.
Yes. Oh, you're true. You're true. That is the next tier.
This is also if you want to make Connor and Justin's life possibly miserable.
Yeah.
This could do it.
You can assign us any topic, and we will do a full-fledged episode on it.
Yes. This is what I named the Choose Your Own Adventure tier.
Yeah.
Whatever your subject matter is, it could be a movie, it could be a toy. In the description, I said if you want a full episode covering the rise and fall of the TY Beanie Baby Empire, that's what we're stuck doing. And it will be released.
Let's not lie. That's going to be an episode.
Princess Di Beanie Baby was so hype.
And, there's other ways, too. Before we get into our last tier, we do have a PayPal, KonKon's Cantina at PayPal.com.
And that's obviously not a reoccurring $100 a month. That's a one-time fee to do that episode. And
more to the one-time fee is the sending a transaction via PayPal to KonKon'sCantina at gmail.com. Doing an $8 transaction or any sort of transaction. Say you just enjoy an episode, right? Like you don't want to sign up for the $3. You don't want to sign up for the $8. If there's something that you truly enjoyed, send us $1. Send us 50 cents, whatever you feel is the monetary value that you truly enjoyed an episode or a piece of content. Like that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah. And everything that we're getting is not going into our own pockets.
No.
It's directly being reinvested into the show.
Yeah.
There's, inevitably, like we just had last week, cords go bad, mics go bad, computers can't run what we need to do. We need different cameras because what we have isn't working, isn't jiving together to create the show that we want. Hosting fees, website fee. There's so many little fees that stack up until you take a step back and look at them and are like, good God, this is adding up quickly for a hobby. So this is just a little way to offset some of that stuff if you enjoy listening to it.
Yep. And our last tier, possibly the most important tier. Okay.
I'm looking at you.
Listen.
You want to do this.
For the low cost of $3,000.
3 fat stacks.
Me and Justin will fly anywhere in the world. And when I mean anywhere, as said in one of the episodes, we will literally have an episode in the middle of the Serengeti.
Mm-hmm.
We will bring a mobile recorder and we will come anywhere in the world.
To your personal, but you're in UK, you have a great little corner pub. You want to go hang out there and talk some Star Wars? You want to go hang out there and talk some Star Trek?
I know.
We got to do it.
Whoa.
We got to.
I know what you're thinking. And that is, who in the world would pay $3,000 for these two jamokes to go and record a podcast episode? And you're probably right. But guess what?
Someone might.
We're dreamers. Okay? And it might happen. And if it does happen, hopefully it's Switzerland or something. I'm talking to you guys, okay?
I like the idea of somebody sending us to, like, Palatka, Florida.
Like, that's just a lot of money in our pocket. That's not expensive to go to Palatka.
That's true.
Listen, guys, the true message of this is, I think we always kind of knew that we were going to get to a point where we would have a Patreon.
I thought you were going to say that we're broke.
Well, that's been the case. Thanks, COVID. But we do enjoy the podcast. Once again, the most important way and the best way that you can support us is sharing, word of mouth, send it to your friends, reposting, liking, and subbing on YouTube, podcasts, wherever you listen. That it's free.
A quick review.
It's completely free. And more so is when those numbers go up, it helps us to achieve sponsorships, which those sponsorships can help you guys because they give you discounts for things. And that's why it's so important that clicking, liking, subscribing, it is absolutely free to you, and it is the most important. If you do feel more generous and you truly enjoy the content that we bring to the table, $3, that is our general support. $8, you're a tier above the rest. It's all there is to it. We obviously we're going to take we're going to take all of our patrons completely seriously.
Oh yeah.
But obviously there are different tiers. It's how the website is set up. It's not necessarily a me and Justin thing. Obviously, then we have the $100 tier, the $3,000 tier. But if there is something that you particularly enjoyed and you have a monetary value that you want to send, we do have a PayPal that you can donate to, and we would greatly appreciate it. But I think that's pretty much all we have to say about the Patreon.
I'm excited. I'm excited to give you guys some free stickers too.
Stickers are coming. We have other things that are coming. T-shirts.
Possibly more swag.
Yeah, swag. And the important part about the swag, once again, is not selling the material to make money. The point of selling the material, and we can assure you that we've talked about making T-shirt brands, whatever the case may be, streetwear. Having things that say KonKon's Cantina is to spread the word about the podcast, not to make money on people. That's like a huge thing that we've always said is like, literally distributing costs would be included, and then like what it would cost to ship it to you. Like having a shirt that says KonKon's Cantina is not about making $10 on somebody that listens to the podcast. Like
I'd be proud if somebody wants to wear the shirt, let alone make $1 off of them.
Exactly. So like that is not the focus. But once again, I was your boy, it's KonKon, and as always with me, the PR man himself,
Breezy.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.